What's up everybody, my name is Sam and this is the CameraLegend.com YouTube channel. Okay guys, so I had planned to do a higher quality video for you guys because you guys deserve it, but I ran into some technical difficulties, so that will have to be brought in on another date. We'll work on it. I got the tools, but I just ain't got the touch. So I know right now you're thinking, that don't impress me much. but that's okay, because I'm gonna work hard at winning your love and affection. And my gesture of love for today is talking about the Canon Dream Lens. Okay guys, so what I have in front of you is a dream, literally. Right here is the Canon Dream Lens, and right next to it is the Canon 7 rangefinder that it was originally made for. And just for comparison, I have the 51.5 Canon Serenar. I don't know how you guys would call it. Don't you just love those old names? Huge. Look at that huge front element. In fact, that's the first thing you're gonna notice when you see the Dream Lens in person, is that huge front element. I call it fat, and I don't mean that in a discriminatory way. Fat, P-H-A-T-E. Big, fat, tasty, delicious glass. Okay, so if you ever look around for this lens, you're gonna probably notice that it comes in two different flavors. One is the rangefinder version, which is this one, which was made specifically for that Canon 7 rangefinder that you just saw. I don't believe it can be used on any other Canon film rangefinders, but correct me if I'm wrong. Then the other version is called the Canon TV lens version, which is pretty much the same lens but in a C-mount. Anyway, this is the rangefinder version, as I said, and I originally used this lens with the Canon 7 for many years actually, and I loved it with that camera. Now, why would you want this lens? Okay, pretty simple. I mean, to cut to the chase, it's really the bokeh, the out of focus blur. I don't know what you guys call it. What's the proper way of calling it? If anybody knows what the proper way of calling it is, bokeh, bokeh. I have a friend who calls it bokeh. If any of you guys know the proper way of saying it, let me know. Anyway, basically this lens produces out of focus backgrounds like few other lenses can do. It's very, people have described it as creamy, dreamy. What I would say, some people will say it's tasty, sweet, nasty, ugly even. Whatever you call it, I call it super funk, because it's all that and more. It has a very unique signature. Okay, so at wide open, at 0.95, I find that this lens is actually sharper than what people may think it is, but images at 0.95 seem to have a thin veil of haze. I don't know if that's what you would call it, but something that will cause a bit of a glow in the images, and that's probably one of the reasons why people call it a dream lens. Gives this dreamy effect. It's a if you're used to absolute sharpness, it's an acquired taste, but I find that this lens produces this soft, sharp type thing where it makes really beautiful images. If you stop it down to, let's say, f1.4, the haze begins to dissipate and it actually begins to look quite sharp, and you'll probably be surprised. I mean, if you got a good copy, if there's nothing wrong with your copy, you might be quite surprised at the sharpness. But again, when you get this lens, you're not really getting it to use at 1.4, right? Gotta use it at 0.95, or what's the use? But I think it's good to know that it can be actually quite sharp once you stop it down. And as I said, it is pretty sharp wide open too, just that it has that glow to it, which is actually what you're buying this lens for. Okay, let's take a look at some samples from the Canon Dream Lens on various different cameras over the years, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about the Canon Dream Lens. Was it all a dream? I used to read Pop Photo magazine. Okay guys, so after saying all those nice things about this lens, my other question was why you don't need this lens. Well, the only thing I can say is when this lens was introduced, it was a very unique lens. It was the fastest lens in the world. But today, I truly believe that we are living in a new golden era of fast and cheap lenses. You know, companies like, what's that, Seven Artisans, Mitagon, Mikke, I don't know, a whole bunch of others from China. God bless the Chinese, right? They're making these beautiful fast lenses that are much cheaper. Like the Seven Artisans, what, 51.1 is like about $369. And the used, this Dream lens on the used market is still close to $2,000 now. This is actually worth twice what I paid for it. Anyway, basically, in summary, what I'm trying to say is that when the Canon Dream lens was released in 1961, it was pretty much a lens of compromised quality as far as sharpness is concerned. You know, it's not the sharpest lens in the world, everybody knows that, but that's why it's the Dream lens, okay? And there weren't that many options back then. But today's world, you got a lot of options, so you really don't need to spend that kind of cash on it. But, you know, I know you guys are saying, oh, it's easy for you to say because you have the Dream lens right now. But, I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, I guess I'm stuck with it, right? But anyway, if this was 10 years ago and I had those options, I probably would have thought twice. But I'm glad to have it because having this lens keeps me from getting the other lenses. So I really don't need the other lenses because I have this one. So it kind of works both ways, you know, but it's food for thought. But if you do come across one at a good price, you know, get it, man. I mean, you know, it's Canon Dream lens, baby. Gotta have it. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have a Canon Dream lens, or even if you don't, feel free to comment, like, subscribe for new videos. And I think I'll try to get a post up on the blog too. Until next time, this is Sam from CameraLegend.com YouTube channel.